I'm Tig, welcome back to week 23 of me documenting my progress as a musician and guitarist. This is going to be potentially the shortest video I've done so far because most of the stuff I got up to this week is very behind the scenes. I've been producing and having produced the songs that I'm going to release within a couple of weeks now, so really getting up to deadline day. I spent at least a good 10 hours, probably pushing 20 hours sitting there just doing the final bits on all of the songs and actually going back and forth with the producer, getting them ready, hearing the first mixes. It's very exciting times. But for that reason, everything else slipped because it's been all hands on deck getting that ready. And because it's now in the hands of the producer and the collaborations involved with that, there's not really much I can visually show in the video. Hence me lacking a bit of content this week. I already pulled a card where I just whipped out an improvised solo a couple of weeks back, so I didn't want to do that again. So I'm just going to dive into my usual comparison of how my picking has improved this week compared to last week after doing the same daily routine for 15 minutes a day. And then I'm going to show you a quick snippet of some of the changes I have been making to my songs. So let's get into it. Did I improve this week after doing the same picking routine over and over again? Let's have a look. So the answer is no, I didn't really improve. I don't think I got worse, but I didn't actually practice this week. So this is the first week in the 9 or so weeks that I've been documenting this same picking routine where I do those 4 exercises to improve my speed. I do it for 15 minutes a day. Maybe there was a couple of days I might have missed a day, but generally speaking, I've kept it consistent. This is the first week I didn't practice it for 15 minutes every day, not even close. This week it completely slipped and I let it slip because my focus went elsewhere, like I said. And I was actually going to not put that in the video and just not show the practice, but I thought, no, I deserve the consequences of not practicing. However, I feel like I got off light because I don't think I've got slower. In some cases, the picking is comparably better, actually. Maybe because I wasn't trying so hard. I wasn't actually trying to beat my high score and really get a good take that was quicker than last week's. I just picked it up and did the first thing that came out, and my hands felt very relaxed. And ironically, I think it actually took me way less time to get a decent take than it normally does for these videos. Now, moving on to my songs. So, like I said, there's not really much to show here because they're now in production. And for the purpose of these videos being me documenting my progress and what I'm getting up to as a musician, it's actually been a monumental week. One of the most progressive weeks of the year for me in music because I'm actually hearing the mixes and collaborating with a producer on songs I've completely made myself, which feels amazing. And it's really been a long time since I've been in the spot. However, there just isn't that much to show for it. Like I said, I've been mainly going back and forth, but I have spent hours and hours editing stuff, like doing music production myself before off, that I just haven't really recorded or documented. But to give you a quick idea of the type of changes I've been making, there's been lots of things, but some of these things are just tons and tons of small embellishments and really going from good to great or from rough demo to professionally arranged. So, for example, I'm about to show you, there's a big drum roll which then goes into a heavy section. I tried something different. I thought, let me try end the drum roll with a triplet, so with 3 big strikes, which you can now hear. But then after quite a while of going back and forth and trying different things, I actually reverted to the regular 4x4 enter the drum roll. Or here, for example, with this drum fill you're about to hear now. compared to now, which I dimmed the guitars and added a bit more drums to really make this feel pop and shine in this section. even the tip of the iceberg would be generous, because what I'm not showing is the more rigorous editing whole tracks, adding completely new layers, doing things that just haven't been part of these videos at all. There's not long now till I can actually show everything and show it in its final form. The songs are coming out in 2 weeks, and I'm very excited for that, and also happy that I've shown the progress each week on these videos. So, if you're curious and you're enjoying what you hear, or you like seeing the progress, follow along. You'll see much more of it in the coming weeks. I appreciate you watching. See you on the next one.